Hello YouTubers! Today I'm going to be showing you my newest foundation routine, which is why I'm wearing no makeup, so excuse that. I hope I didn't frighten anybody. Basically, I put up a foundation routine a while ago. Like, it was one of my I think it was my second video that I ever put up on my channel. And I was using Revlon Color Stay foundation. And in fact, I think almost every product that I'm using now is different than I used then in that video. But basically, I was wearing Revlon Color Stay for a while on a pretty much daily basis. And I realized that the coverage of that foundation is really heavy. And I was looking around and I heard of the MAC Face and Body Foundation. I have never tried any MAC foundations, mostly because I've heard such bad rumors about them being very acne causing because of the fact that they have mineral oil in them, and they're also very thick. And I just was never really drawn to them because I've never heard like good consensus of reviews. And also, yeah, it just seemed really cool. So I went to the store and tried it, and I love it. It looks expensive when you see the price tag. I believe it's $38.50 Canadian. But if you look right here, you get 4 fluid ounces instead of 1 fluid ounce, which most foundations are 1 ounce. Some tinted moisturizers are 1.5 ounces. This is 4 ounces. So this is it's 4 times as much as you get for one price. So that makes this about on par of cost. Consistency itself is like, it's like watery. It's very watery. And at first, when I first opened it, I didn't think I would like it because it's really, really thin. But I don't know what it is. It works well. It covers everything. I don't think this would be the best choice if you have really problematic skin. However, I don't want to say that because it's very buildable, but it does give you like a low to medium coverage. I'm not going to lie and say that this gives you a high coverage. I'm not going to say that this hides all your all your imperfections, but I am going to say that if you are okay with your skin, or if you're like tinted moisturizers, or if you are wearing a heavier foundation and want to try something lighter, this would definitely work. And it's also, even if you, like I said, wanted to wear something thinner on like a daily, like go to school, go to work kind of basis, and wear something heavier on the weekends, this would also be good for that. One thing that I find makes it easier to work with instead of having to build up layers to get the cover. I personally feel like I have problem areas like my dark circles. I have lots of redness under my nose. For that, I use a full coverage concealer, even though I'm using a very low coverage foundation. And I am right now using the MAC Studio Finish concealer. This is a first for me. I was obsessed, and probably I'm still obsessed, with the Balm's Time Bomb concealer, which I bought 1 pot of it and it lasted me anyways, after this long ramble, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna show you how to use my new 3 favorite products for like my foundation routine. And I still am I'm still using the for the MAC Face and Body Foundation. It comes with like a little squeeze top like this. So I'm just gonna squeeze some onto the back of my hand. Just like that. It looks like a lot because it like spread out. And for this, I actually prefer to use my fingers, which is strange. I have been obsessed with my MAC 187 brush. I also like using like flat foundation brushes, but for this, I just find it's really easy to work in with your fingers, and it's really fast too. So I'm gonna get started. I just take 2 fingers, I kind of dip it in, and I just pat it on my face. And at first it goes on really like liquidy, and it looks like it's gonna spread forever. But if you just keep working with it for a little bit, it'll start to sink in. And you'll get a little bit more coverage out of it than if you were to just spread it out in a very thin layer, because that wouldn't really do a whole lot. And one thing I have to say, the lighting in my camera does kind of make my skin look better than it is. So when I was saying before about, I remember in my last foundation routine I said like, oh, I'm not wearing any makeup, and people said, oh, you don't need makeup, your face is perfect before you even put makeup on. That is in part due to the camera, and my skin doesn't look the exact same as it does on camera. So I'm hoping you can see the difference, at least by the end of this tutorial. I don't put too much on my nose because I actually prefer to put concealer on my nose. And I don't put much on my forehead because I don't really have issues with coverage on my forehead. So I'm shade C1 for reference. It's the lightest of the cool tone shades. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take like one tiny little drop more, like literally such a small amount, and I'm just going to go over my cheeks because I feel like my cheeks need a little bit more coverage because they are often, they get red in the daytime if I get like warm or embarrassed. So I'm just going to go over just, I mean, you can go over whichever areas you feel that you need extra coverage. Like if you have acne on your chin or, you know, redness on your forehead or something, then you could go over those areas. And I'm just going to blend it into my neck going like this and make sure it's all blended in. And it actually blends really seamlessly. I don't know if you can tell, but I really didn't have to work with it too much. And there's no, like, it's all blended in. There's no, like lines or streaks or anything, which I love. It's the easiest, most blendable foundation that I've really ever used. It also, one thing I wanted to say is it gives a kind of like a dewy finish, which if you have oily skin you might not like. My skin is dry, but my T-zone is oily, and I haven't had too many issues with it looking too oily throughout the day. And of the reviews I read, there weren't many complaints about this. Like even if people had oily skin, they were still happy with it. So it could still be something that you'd be interested to try because it doesn't have moisturizers. It's like a water-based foundation. Next I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural and just a kabuki brush. I'm using the one from Bare Essentials, but you can use whatever. I don't use too much of this, but I'm just going to swirl it, tap it off, and you can see a big cloud of powder. I'm going to take my concealer. This is Studio Finish Concealer in NC20, just for reference if you think you might be the same color as me. I do use my finger for this. I know it's not the most hygienic thing, but I always wash my hands before I put my makeup on. I just find the finger melts it so much better into your skin. My dark circles are pretty bad, so I like to focus some of this here in like the triangle under my eyes, just blending it out just because I'm very self-conscious about my dark circles, and this concealer works really well to cover them up. I just like to like pat it into my skin. And that's basically it. I like to put, well, I mean, that's basically it for the under eye circles. I like to put a little bit of concealer under my nose, just on the top of my Cupid's bow, on the tip of my nose, and on my eyebrow bones, so. And if you like, and sometimes I do this if I'm having issues, I do take a concealer brush and just like blend the edges out, but right now I'm not having issues. My finger is working quite well. Perfect. Now I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural and a kabuki brush. For reference, I'm light medium in this. And this is the kabuki brush from Bare Minerals. It's not the best, but it works for me. Just going to swirl it in the powder, tap off the excess. I don't use very much of this at all. I'm just going to buff this all over. my face to set everything. Like I said, the foundation, the Face and Body foundation, leaves a dewy finish. I don't like a completely matte finish, but I like to start the day off with, I want my skin to look like the normal texture of skin. This combination makes your skin have like kind of like a satin finish, I guess. It's not dewy, like oily dewy, but this powder is not a like a mattifying powder. It's it looks very natural on your skin. So it overall makes your skin look, has a slight sheen to it, but there's no like oily, greasy, shiny parts at all. It's really, in my opinion, the perfect finish ever. Next I'm going to go in with my brow powder and a double-ended angle spoolie brush, and I'm just going to fill in my brows really quickly here because I talked a lot during this video. Okay, there we go. Lastly, this is a new product that I've been using. This is the e.l.f. Wet Gloss Lash and Brow Clear Mascara Duo. This is a clear mascara. This is a brow gel. It doesn't usually look this like milky brown color. It's just because I got brow powder on the wand and then dipped it back in. I just use this to set my brows because my brow hairs are kind of long. It just keeps them looking nice and groomed and in place all day long. So I hope you can tell the difference between the start of this video and now. Like I said, my lighting kind of washes me out. But really, I'm so impressed with these 3 products. They're all from MAC, which I had heard not the best things about MAC, like facial makeup products. But yeah, I'm really happy with these. I think all of these products will also last a very long time. Like I said, you get 4 ounces of this. This lasts really well throughout the day. I don't find myself having to touch up. It doesn't wear off. It looks really nice, and it feels like you're wearing no makeup at all. It's just perfect for me. I thought it would be something that I would wear, you know, to school or to work, but I've been wearing this every day, like I said, for the last 2 weeks, and I probably will continue wearing it every day for quite a while. Yeah, I'm in love, especially with this foundation. This is like the newest addition to my makeup collection, and I love it. I love it. So yay! I hope you found this helpful. Definitely if you're looking for a low to buildable medium coverage foundation that actually it won't break the bank because you do get so much of it, try this out. I don't think you will be disappointed. Get one of the girls at MAC to like put it on you. You can see if you like it. You can even ask her to use like both of these together. Yeah, I find that helps. That way you can get a good match for your skin as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a really great day, guys, and thank you so much for watching. I'm going to post a review of this on my blog as well, so check that out if you want a little bit more.